Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason Berg, and this is 112 Adventures. First off, I gotta say it's a good week to be from Arizona. Go Diamondbacks. Wishing you guys lots of luck in the World Series coming up this next week. Second of all, made some pretty good progress on the 182 cylinder replacement, or cylinder reseal, I guess you could call it. I removed it, I dealt with my leak, I installed a whole bunch of new seals. Awesome, right? So started putting things back together. Heat shield, exhaust, intake, all that stuff. It looks really good. While I'm here, I figured, you know what? I will look around on the other side. What could go wrong, right? Well, so I started inspecting my engine mount a little closer, and I saw that I had an exhaust leak that was blowing onto my engine mount. And the engine mount on most of these type of airplanes is a steel tube frame that's welded together, mounted to the airframe, and then the engine is just cradled inside of it with rubber mounts. So to say that that steel tube structure is important is an understatement. So I saw some corrosion underneath a clamp right where the exhaust leak was. I looked a little bit closer. I didn't like what I saw. So I removed that clamp, I removed that heat shield, I removed the exhaust, I removed the paint and all the corrosion on that piece of tube that had my attention. I found some pitting, and I don't know if you can see it in the video, but here's a picture and it doesn't look too good. And I found some other pitting that had been painted over and covered up, and it didn't look so good either. So I pulled out my aircraft inspection book, AC 4313 1B, and I found the allowable tolerance is 10% of the wall thickness. So that means I'm allowed 10,000 loss of the wall thickness of this material. This material is 49 thousandths thick, which means I'm allowed basically 5 thousandths material loss, which ain't much. That's like a piece of paper almost, maybe 2 pieces of paper, but it's pretty thin. And considering the importance of this part, I can't let it go, so I gotta replace it. In terms of price-wise, there's a wide variety of options out there, all the way from brand new parts, which are like $5 grand, down to overhaul parts, which are like $3,500, down, actually there's some even $2,500, to as removed, perfect condition, usable, serviceable parts for around $1,000. What am I gonna do? I don't know yet. I'm still consulting with my partners and my network of other knowledgeable mechanics and aviators. So removing this thing kind of stinks. I think there's, let's see, 8 bolts technically that hold the engine to the mount and to the airframe, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff in the way. There's wires, there's hoses, there's cables, there's clamps, there's connectors, there's doohickeys, there's doodads. There's a big spinny thing on the front. It's like a fan, but that's got to come off too. So yeah, where do I start? Probably with the big spinny thing on the front. Then I can start disconnecting all the hoses and clamps and cables and doodads and doohickeys and all the other stuff. And once all that's disconnected, I can hook up my hoist or chain to the top of the engine and pick this up and start removing the hardware on the firewall and take that metal frame engine mount out and replace it with another one, and I could send this one off to be repaired or overhauled or whatever I want to do at that point. Anyways, that's about the size of it. I've been wrestling with the idea for the last 24 hours or so. Not gonna lie, kind of bummed. I'm trying to keep my spirits up. Kind of burned out turning wrenches lately, but such is the life. I'm grateful I have the opportunity to do it, and the time, money, and the support, all that stuff. I'm very fortunate. It all comes together when I need it to. So here we are. I'd rather be flying. It's kind of nice outside, but soon enough, last thing I want is this thing to come apart. What do they say? It's better to be on the ground wishing you're in the air instead of in the air wishing you're on the ground. That about summed it up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, let me know in the comments. Feel free to click that like button. That'll show me as well, and then subscribe if you haven't already. So all right, I'll keep you posted. See you on the next one.